So at this time, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, bienvenidos. Thank you for being here and joining us today here at Coastal Bend College. My name is Lupe Ganceres. I am the Executive Dean of Student Services, and I would like to extend this warmest possible welcome to you, the veterans, your family, your friends, here on this nice chilly day. I was already in talk with my son, and he says, what about chili tonight? And chili is going to be on the stove tonight. That's on the menu. Unfortunately, Dr. Espinosa could not join us here today. She was called to another meeting and had to really be in attendance there. But she does send her deepest regards and sincerest appreciation to all our veterans and their families. Today, we recognize and honor all veterans. I'm proud to say that I have a family member that I recognize, respect, and honor. And that is my brother, Demetrio Ganceres, who served with the U.S. Armed Force for approximately, I want to say, 14 years. It is through that experience of having a serviceman as a family member that I can see the veterans and I can see your commitment, your contributions, and efforts that you have made endlessly. So today I want to thank my brother Manito, as I call him, for providing me that experience that enriches my life and my love for this country and for the service that you and he have done. So thank you so much for that. I also would like to recognize, and I don't see her here right now, I have some staff members that work directly with the veterans and their families when they come to college. When they come to college, they have a number of benefits that they can have in providing assistance for their financial support while they're in attendance. These two ladies work tirelessly. They assist and complete paperwork for these veterans, their families, to have and afford to be able to go to college. Here she is. The first one that I have is Nora Morales. Nora, can you wave to the crowd? Ms. Nora Morales does a fantastic job. She is our financial aid director here. So if you have any questions, or maybe have family members or something that has a question on financial aid, direct them right there. She also has assistance with Estela Gonzalez, and she also does a lot of that hard work alongside with Nora. So thank you all so much for that, Nora and Estela. So without further ado, I'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you for your contributions, your commitment, and your service. Now, if you will please rise, we will have the national anthem sung by Omar Montazet, who will sing. Following that, we will have Jack Cochran, who will be providing our invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in it gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please bow your heads. Father God, thanks for bringing us here today. Thank you for giving us a safe place to be. Thank you for giving us such a wonderful place to be, God. That's honoring our veterans who are doing so much in service for them. Thank you, God, for all of these individuals here who have chosen not just to give up their time and their energy, but an entire portion of their lives dedicated to serving and protecting all of the other people. So God, I pray that this day be a true honor for them. I pray that today, Veterans Day, and every day going forward, we remember their service, God. And we live our lives in a way that shows our appreciation for their service. In your name I pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Now you may be seated. And we have now Ms. Amanda Barrera, our Student Services Director, and she'll be here to introduce our guest speaker. Amanda?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming out today. It is my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today, Major Victor Ramos. Major Ramos was in the U.S. Marine Corps from 1969 to 1973 and served in the U.S. Army Active Reserve from 1973 to 1981. Was also in the U.S. Army from 1981 to 1992 and retired as a major in the engineer branch of the U.S. Army. Today, Major Ramos serves the city of Beeville and Beeville ISD as the maintenance director. Please help me welcome Major Ramos.
Thank you for that keynote. Hey, Veterans Day, this is what I love to do, speak. And one of the reasons is the veterans all pitch in to see how much money I get being in this much of a speech. They're hungry. And if the non-veterans pitch in also, it'll be faster. And what I'm going to talk about is continuing your education. And some of my veterans out there, fellow veterans, and they do know that I would like everybody to continue their education. And I'm going to start with my younger days. I'm a son of an Army veteran born in Fort Lewis, Washington. And I had 5 brothers, and 4 of us were Marines. And as we went on, we came back to Texas, and in Texas, we get the heck out of me. Anyway, in Texas, we stayed in Corpus for a little while. At the age of 10, somewhere in that age, we moved on, went on as migrant workers. We were migrant workers, I think, for about 6 or 7 years. And in that lifetime, I continued my education. That was my dad taking us to school everywhere we went. And at the time, I didn't know it, but I was learning more than usual because when you go to another state, it's just different. And you learn more, you hear more of the guys talking. And that went on, and then when I turned 17, I came back to Dallas, Texas, and somehow, some way, I said, you know what, I'm going to join the Marines, because they already drafted my oldest brother, and he was in the Marines. And so I said, you know what, the family's going to come and get me anyway, so I'm going to just go ahead and join. And I was making straight A's in high school, and you know, I was boring. It was that boring, because when you get bored, you're not interested no more. So what I did, I joined the Marines, and off I go. And when I joined, I was grateful that I did, because one day in Vietnam, I looked up in the sky, and I said to myself, you know, I should have followed more education. I probably would have done better. And sure enough, somebody told me, you know, you should continue your education. You should continue your education. I looked up, and sure enough, I figured the man was talking to me. No, what happened was my staff sergeant, you should have joined school. So I came back home, and right after I got out of the Marines, in my days, you had to serve 6 years, 4 active and 2 reserve. So I went looking for the Marine Corps Reserve, and I couldn't find it. And it was getting late. This was about 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm driving down Everhard and McCarville. And for whatever reason, I thought this building was on fire. There was so much smoke. And all of a sudden, a gust of wind came and blew that smoke out of the way. And there, in the building, there was a sign saying U.S. Army Reserve. And then I looked over there, there was barbecue, food, and everybody was having a great time. I'm going to join those guys. So I did. And while I joined the reserve, I continued my education. I still continued to go to Del Mar. After Del Mar, I stopped, and I said, you know what? I told my wife, because at that time I got married and everything, and I told my wife, maybe I ought to get a decent job. And luckily, the Hazelwood that came into being, and then I would get the GI Bill. So we both agreed that we'd go to Texas A&I. At that time it was Texas A&I. And so over there I continued my education. And at first, I tell you what, and this is almost the truth, but it's kind of the truth. I took my first classes, and I wasn't married then in Del Mar. I took the first classes, and I figured I'd get that rigorous class. So I took jumping jacks and tennis and all this other stuff. But then Mama come along because I got married. No, that's not the way it works. So I continued my education, and sure enough, graduated out of Del Mar, going to Texas A&I, and that's the years when Kingsville A&I had a record of 42 wins, and it was a great year. So I continued to get my education. At the same time, I was still in the Army Reserve, and so the commander there asked me if I wanted to be a lieutenant. I said, well, I can't. I don't have the education. No, they can make you a lieutenant even though you haven't finished your school. So I became a lieutenant in the Army Reserve. So I finished school. I graduated at a CCSU, Corpus Christi State University, now known as Texas A&M CC. But anyway, when I graduated, I happened to get this letter, and it said that I had to report to active duty. And so I went to the RTC commander and asked him, I think somebody made a mistake. I've already been to active duty. He said, go home, come back tomorrow, and I'll let you know how it went. Okay, so I came back the next day, and he said, well, how soon can you pack, because you're leaving? So I joined. I go back to active duty, and this time I was in the Army. And even in the Army, I still continued my education. I became an engineer. I happened to be good at math for whatever reason. Somewhere along the line, I picked up math, and it was good, and it paid off. And I tell everybody, math is an important skill, and so you got to learn to continue. And I went on and stayed in the Army for 11 years. I got out of the Army, and I already had my bachelor's degree in health and history. Well, when I got out of the Army, I said, well, I'm just going to walk into a door, any campus, any school, and I'm going to get a job because I got my certificate. And what happened was they couldn't take me. And I asked, why not? Well, you have to take a test. So I go to Edinburgh, I go take a test. They call it the knowledge test. And I passed it, come back, and I asked, can I teach now? No, you got to take the exit test. And I go to Austin, take a test, and I take it, and I pass it. I go back, and I ask, can I get it now? No, because when you graduated, you put down history as one of your skills, yeah? So I said, what's wrong with that? Well, you're not certified for history. What do you mean I'm not? So she told me, the principal that told me, you know what, you gotta go back to CCSU and find out from the superintendent or whoever that is, and why not? So I go over there, and the guy says, well, you took all the classes. I said, yeah. And I even put there that I had history with my minor. Well, yeah, you did. So I said, so what do I have to do to get it? You got to take a test. Oh, no. I go and take a test, and sure enough, I passed. But for whatever reason, when I first got out of the service, it seemed like they didn't want people to be teachers or something. But that was my days, and that was time. But I continued. No matter what, I continued. And to this day, and I say to everybody, I always keep an eye on my grandkids and my kids, and I want to be there for graduation. I've already made it. And I continue doing that because I got 15 grandkids, so I've already done 3 of them. So I'm gonna keep on, and keep on. And I ask all you personnel taking classes here in CBC, continue. Don't get discouraged. Don't let people try to tell you. Like in my day, it was you're an Hispanic. You can't go to college. You won't pass college. And I kept on, no matter what. Excuse me. And I did. And today, as a major, I was enlisted in the Marines. I was a sergeant, and then I was a sergeant in the Army Reserve, became a lieutenant in the Army Reserve, and continued in the active duty and became a major. And I tell you what, some people, they call me a Mustanger. That's somebody coming in through the enlisted ranks, going up into the officer ranks. And one of the advantages I had was because I knew what it was like to be a foot soldier, that I could take care of them. And I've always progressed that way. I've gotten good at it. And most soldiers, and as a matter of fact, they're sitting out there too, most soldiers do follow my lead. And for right now, I want to thank you for listening. And I know my story's kind of short and sweet, but they're going to pay me to be quiet. And I do believe in them. I do believe in everyone. Everybody has a goal. You got to keep your goal. And I wish it would be education, because I know it did me some good. And that's all I've got. If anybody has any questions, they're going to throw peanuts at you because you're delaying the lunch. But if you have a question for me, you can text me and ask me around here, okay? And that's all I've got. And thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much for those inspiring words. And truth be all too, education does move us forward. Thank you so much. So at this point in time, that pretty much concludes our service for today. However, I want to do one more plug. So on Sunday, gates will open at 3 o'clock, game starts at 4. We have our own Coastal Bend College Cougar baseball team. We'll be playing the Washington Nationals Scout team. Veterans are free, so we want to see you there. You may need to have an extra layer of maybe something warm, an extra sweater or such, because it will be a little bit cool, but we hope to see you there nonetheless. It should prove to be an exciting time. I think this is probably the first time in the history of the college that we have a national recognition with a team coming to play a game out here. As some of you may know, in the past we had baseball, and it kind of went away for a little bit, and we're back with vengeance with our new stadium. So hope to see you there then. All are welcome. So thank you so much for everyone. At this time, we're going to go ahead and break for lunch, because I know I stand between that, and so I want to hold you up any further, like Mr. Ramos mentioned. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around this way, pick up your meal, and come back out this way. The other thing is, if you cannot go and get your own meal, we can have it brought to you at your table. I have a few people. Amanda, who do I have? If you'll stand, raise up your hand. If you'll contact one of these ladies, they will be happy to help and assist in bringing your meal to you. So thank you so much for being here with us today and spending part of your day here with us. We welcome you back. Come back and visit us on a regular day. We'll, give you a tour, let you know what's going on and happening here at Coastal Bend College. We have a lot of great things happening, and we'd like to keep you informed on that. Once again, thank you and enjoy your meal.